The Smith machine. They say it's gym training wheels. It's for noobs. It's for people who don't know how to lift.
Smith machine looks like headgear for your body. There is no faster way to let everybody know that you're a breast milk drinking noob than dragging a bench all the way from the free weight area over to the Smith machine for your first exercise.
For the first few years of my lifting career, I used to really look down on people that use the Smith machine. In a certain sense, I can understand why it's become so hated. A lot of people use the Smith machine as a replacement for barbell movements because it's easier, you can lift more weight, you can ego lift, plus you can re-rack at any time. Because of this, because of all the normies, the Smith machine has gotten a bad rep. But there's nothing wrong with the tool if the people who use it are being stupid. You have to use it for its intended purpose. The Smith machine does not have a lot of benefit for those that want to gain strength. Like, there's no powerlifters doing Smith machine bench to increase their total, but it has a lot of advantages when it comes to bodybuilding and gaining size. As you know, the Smith machine is basically a bar on rails. It's super stable with a very predictable bar path. This stability allows it to give you a bodybuilding stimulus that you can't get from free weights. The more stable the thing you're lifting, the more force your muscles can produce. For example, your max barbell squat is probably way heavier than your max Bosu ball squat because you're very off balance, and so you just can't push your legs as hard, and so you can't make as many gains. The same thing works in reverse for the Smith machine. It's incredibly stable, there's a predetermined bar path, and so it's much easier for you to redline your body to the max and thus get the most stimulus. I like training to failure, and I find that I can grind through very hard reps on the Smith machine because there's no balance component, there's no misgrooving the reps. Even if the bar gets stuck halfway, I know if I keep pushing, I'll probably get that rep. Whereas for free weights, I'll usually fail a lot quicker. I also find that I can really focus on the eccentric part of any exercise with this machine. The eccentric is the lowering phase where you're working with gravity, and it's the most stimulating part of the lift. Whether it's bench press, squatting, or really any other exercise, with the Smith machine, I find that I can really control the weight and torture my muscles on the way down. You can also do this with free weights, of course, but it's a little bit harder because you have to focus on keeping your balance and staying in the groove. For example, if I'm doing a Smith machine squat, I can just kick my feet out in front of me and milk the eccentric as much as I want. I would never be able to put my feet this far out in a regular squat. Another really awesome advantage is that this machine is very versatile. Even if you go to a crappy gym with not a lot of equipment, if you have a Smith machine, you can do a lot of exercises. If you're missing a hack squat, do Smith machine squats. If you're missing a chest press, do a Smith machine bench. You see what I mean? The opportunities are endless. You can convert almost any free weight exercise into a really good machine version. If you have a lot of exercises to choose from, you can try them all over months and years, and eventually hyper-focus on the ones that provide you the best pump, the best mind-muscle connection, and the best growth. Do not use the Smith machine if you're looking for an easy exercise to add weight and boost your ego. It's because of people like you that the Smith machine is hated on in the first place. Do not use it if your goal is to get stronger with free weights. So for example, if your number one goal is to get a 400-pound bench, there's lots of other exercises that will carry over much better than the Smith machine. However, you can use the Smith machine as an accessory to get bigger muscles, and so that down the line, you will be stronger. But don't use it directly for strength. And lastly, do not use the Smith machine to replace compound movements, especially if you're new. If you're in your first 1 to 3 years in the gym, you should be using free weights to build yourself a base. Squats, deadlifts, bench, overhead press, bent over row, weighted pull-ups. These basic classical exercises will do you so much better than focusing your program on like reverse grip, incline, Smith machine bench. Like, you don't need any of that shit yet. Not yet. Later down the line, okay. You should use the Smith machine if you're looking for new exercises specifically to increase your muscle mass. You don't have a large variety of equipment in your gym. You're a relatively seasoned lifter who's already got his newbie gains, and you're already kind of strong at those lifts that I mentioned earlier. If you're watching this video, I assume that you care about getting as big and as strong as you can. That's what I care about. That's what motivates me. The hate that the Smith machine gets is indicative of the closed-mindedness that most lifters have. If you want to make great progress, if you want to achieve your natural potential, get big as fuck, strong as fuck, you have to be willing to experiment with your training and get rid of your biases. This means trying new exercises, new programs, new machines, and more. Do not automatically assume that free weights are better or that lower reps are better, whatever it is. I never thought that I would try the Smith machine. I thought it was so fucking stupid, but I experimented and I'm very glad that I did. Something else I recently experimented with was arm days. You can check out that video, or you can check out this random video YouTube recommends. Toodle-doo.